Oh no.
No, but this was early. You didn't know that. It wasn't.
All right. Ready to get class started?
Good part of me.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of room right
It's not
here.
bad.
Right here,
It's just weird, you know.
There's a bunch of room right here, so we have room for about 3 more people. Oh yeah, you guys can fit here easily.
Okay.
We do like vertical or horizontal?
Oh no, yeah, horizontal.
Okay.
How everyone else is. Oh no, vertically, how everyone else is. That's how you're gonna do it,
Let's do
vertically.
it this way.
Just like everybody else.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Alright, we're gonna start on your side. Everyone on your side, we're gonna do outer thighs first. If you want to go easier, you would do clamshells like Melissa's doing right now. And Bill. If you want to go harder, you go straight leg and do outer thigh. There you go. Enough room for everybody. Up and down, outer glute. Now if you put your hand on the bone, right on your outer hip, there's a bony part sticking out. You want to feel the muscle right behind that, about 1 inch behind that area. So that's where you're trying to focus on. Just 1 inch behind that muscle, 2 inches behind that muscle, or behind that bone. Your greater trochanter, that's the bone. Gluteus medius, right behind that bone. And another good way to feel that is almost kick backwards diagonally in a weird way, kind of diagonally back as you go up.
Yes, definitely.
And that should hit it more, as well as rotating the knee and the foot from the hip socket downward. That'll also hit it a little bit. Feel that area? And now last 10 seconds, hold at the top as high as you can using that muscle. So you don't want to just lift your legs as high as you can. You want to actually feel that muscle and lift the leg using it. 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides. Other side. Same exact thing, same exact area, but on the other side. And go for it. Now I didn't mention this on the other side, but you could practice this from here on out. You can even press the bottom leg down into the ground. And that'll, I mean, it's kind of automatically doing it already, but if you want to get a little extra, you can press down with the bottom leg also. Makes it just a little different. Again, slightly diagonal backwards behind you. And if you're not feeling that direct area, you could put your hand on the muscle you're trying to feel, and it kind of sends a little signal, hey, that's the muscle I want to feel right there. Outer glute area. And try not to rest too long downwards. Try to go up, and if you want to stay tension the whole time, then don't go all the way down. Just stay at the top range. And you're going to go and hold at the top, last 10 seconds, really get a good contraction as if I was going to push your leg down, but you're able to hold it up against me. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, drop down. And let's go on your hands and knees for donkey kicks, or if you want to go a little harder, one-footed glute bridge. Up to you. Donkey kicks or one-footed glute bridge. Donkey kick or one-footed glute bridge. Let's get a percentage. Few more people doing, one more person doing. 5 people doing one-footed glute bridge, 4 people doing donkey kicks.
Very observant.
Is someone talking about a count?
Up and down. You can go up and down,
Working on it. Oh my.
or you can just hold. Up to you. You could go up and down or just hold on both of those, on the donkey kick and the one-footed glute bridge.
Yeah, please.
Did we get the heat on?
Yep.
Get the little blanket.
15 seconds.
Let me do a new blanket workout. There's a lot of freedom in it because no one knows really what you're doing under the blanket.
And switch. Other side. Ready and go. Again, either up and down or holding. Donkey kicks or one-footed glute bridge. Now you're aiming for a little closer to the midline glute, a little closer to the center, or hamstring as well. That you might feel that as well. On both of these movements, you don't want to rotate your hips. So you should be able to hold essentially a plate of food on your pelvis, on your hips, or on your lower back if you're doing donkey kicks. Try to stretch the quad, stretch the hip flexor. You're also getting a stretch through something called reciprocal inhibition. So you're stretching the opposite muscle by using the opposite muscle. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. On your back, you're going to do foot circles. You can either do this with the leg bent on your back. You can do it with your legs straight, a lot harder, on your back. Or you can do it standing if you want.
1 foot or 2 feet?
1. And really big. Don't just go through this motion nonchalantly. Go through it really deep in all directions, as big as you can, trying to increase the range of motion.
Is that your ankle cracking?
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to do this.
Why?
My ankles. Can you hear it?
Does it hurt?
No.
The Rice Krispies over here.
Also, you don't have to do it if it hurts.
I know it does cosplay.
It doesn't
drinking.
hurt.
Just kidding.
Drink.
There's a lot of things it could be. Switch directions?
Let's not go through them all, okay?
Big ankle circle. What'd you think of Star Wars, Jennifer? No spoilers.
Awesome.
Okay, yeah, I saw it. It was good.
You saw it already?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they took us at work. Of course, then I was at work till like 8:30.
$15 seconds, bigger,
Come on.
especially in the range of motion that doesn't want to go into that. And point flex as big as you can.
So your reviews, you saw it. It was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Oh, okay.
I would give it an 89.
Why don't you just make it an even 90?
Nah, it wasn't a 90.
Smoke up first.
Maybe because my seats, that's why.
Oh.
And point flex as big as you can, as fast as you can. Last 10 seconds. Bigger, faster, bigger, faster, bigger, faster. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big circles. Big foot circles. The shin muscle is where you should be feeling this. don't know where that name comes from, shin, because it's called the tibialis anterior. That's the name of the muscle. And switch directions.
Probably swing or something. It sounds awkward to say you kick someone in their anterior fibula. Your horse. Whatever it is.
Yeah. But where did that originate from?
Probably a schoolyard or something like that.
20 seconds.
Maybe shin was a word before
Maybe.
the muscle was made.
Yeah, maybe it was, before someone applied the wrong Latin name to it.
Ah.
Yeah.
Where'd the word ass come from?
Okay, Randy, we're going in there.
And point
I
blank.
didn't go there.
Randy was gotta start some shit.
Yeah. Instigator over there.
Well, the F word did start as a gardening word.
Oh,
It meant to F the hoe, which was a hoe was the tool that you used to garden. This is real.
I thought it came from fornication under consent of the king.
You were gardening with your tool.
That's what the hell.
What you call parents?
It's true. I'm not even Look it up. Look it up. 10 seconds as big as you can, as fast as you can.
Yeah, if you were using your hoe to dig for carrots.
5, 4, 3, 2, and hip lift position.
Aaron, 75% of all that shit you read is false.
Left or right ankle over.
no. Right ankle over.
I'm not reading it on Facebook.
Let me get your
CNN or
education,
Fox.
bro.
Those guys are fake too. Reading in the dictionary.
The online dictionary.
No, real dictionary
Graphic novel.
from the 1800s.
Graphic novel dictionary.
Arms out to the side if you can. Should be able to if you stagger yourself with your neighbor. Or if you want, you can hold your arms over your head, like you have a bar in your hands. Just add a little extra dimension to that stretch. Now, there's a couple different ways you could have your hips on this. You can have your back completely flat. You can have a little arch in your back, so you forcefully tilt your pelvis to create an arch in your back. That makes it a little harder. Or you can just stay neutral. I would suggest doing the one that is the hardest for you, which is probably the arch in the back. Almost done. What you're going to do for the last 10 seconds is you're going to straighten your leg to the floor like you're going to lower your legs to the floor. All the way straight, 1 inch off the ground in front of you, and then bring it back up to a bent leg position.
Oh, bent.
And then straighten your leg all the way down in front of you. Make sure your back is flat on this one. And then all the way back up. And back and forth. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Oh, boy.
It works, switch sides. So you can always combine exercises. Pushing the leg away, using your external rotator in that hip, pulling with your hip and quad. Again, you can arch the back, keep the back flat, keep it just kind of neutral in between wherever it wants to be, normal. You can straighten the leg up in the air, the one that's bent, the one that's pulling, or you can keep it bent, up to you. These are all different ways to change it up so you're not getting too used to one position. You want to get good at all of them. And breathe. Make sure you're actually pulling and pushing. You don't just want to stay there looking like you're doing it. I can't tell if you're actually pulling or pushing hard enough. So you want to make it an effort. And now go ahead and lower that leg in front of you, 1 inch off the ground, and then bring it right back up.
Oh,
Back and forth, back and forth. Breathe. Good. 15 seconds. Oh, sorry, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Calm down. Last one with the hip. Wide leg glute bridges. Wide leg glute bridges. So wide leg. So your feet are wide, your knees are wide, your toes are pointing outward, right over your knees. And then go ahead and lift up, right over your knees. So whenever you bring your knees wide, your toes are also going to turn outward. Don't keep them lined up straight. Squeeze your glutes, press your hips up. That way your knee and toes, the bones in between, they stay lined up and not rotating, pulling on your ACL or meniscus. Squeezing the glutes, but the whole time pressing outward with the knees. As hard as you can. The whole time pressing out. Like you're trying to bust out of a strap. So an active outward pressure the whole time with the hips. With the glutes, really squeeze the glutes to lift your hips higher. And then with your back, kind of like a Superman, almost push your chest up to the sky. And let's bring your arms straight under your hips, palms up. And then press your hands and your shoulders into the ground to help lift your upper body even higher. Knees out, hips up, chest up, shoulders back, arms straight, hands pressing into the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. If you want to do the shoulders standing against the wall, we're going to do them on the wall or on your back. Or just freestanding. Take a quick 30-second water break. So shoulders either on your back, against the wall, standing, or just freestanding right where you are on your mat.
I don't know, you were doing it.
Yeah, I thought some of the parts were a little corny and a little...
I thought it was entertaining.
Oh no, it was fun. It was definitely a good one. It was just like, oh, that was kind of forced. Some of the jokes. No, I was like, I think that was supposed to be a laughing point right there. But
You must know if the critical audience.
Alfredo Rodriguez last night.
no,
Cuban.
I like that.
Aaron has higher standards.
It's just different now that Disney has it, right?
I love it.
Yeah, no, it's just different.
The last 3 movies make me want to.
Different good?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. It's just different. That's all.
Right?
It's just different.
Okay, so was it character development or was it all action?
Yeah.
Your foot, I mean, my Achilles.
Yeah, it's good.
That's good. 'Cause I was
Waiting for the
watching-
next one.
We're still reading on the next
I was watching the last one, the Rogue.
Yeah, I think so.
I was watching that last night.
That's
They're
a
working on
really
my,
different.
yeah, osteoporosis.
It's like, wait, what storyline is it? It's
Oh,
storyline.
really? But the thing
Have you
is,
seen the original?
Yeah.
I used to not be able
And this is
to.
before that.
Leading up to
Oh,
the
God.
final.
So much.
That's why I realized.
So leading up to number 4.
Shoulders.
Yeah, it's better than the physical.
So you can do them freestanding, on your back, or against the wall. You don't necessarily need the wall. Actually, the wall's beginner, freestanding's harder. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start with side lateral raises. Nice and just real big and reaching out the whole time. So you're reaching out of the sockets, away from you as far as you can. Really big range of motion. Get that little bit of a stretch in the lats. And if you can, kind of bring the arms behind you. Even if you're on the wall, you could step off of the wall and do it with your arms behind you.
Well, you know, usually not in a Facebook Live.
Yeah, we are. Oh, maybe not.
Oh, I
Right.
don't know. It's who's that?
Right, doesn't show.
Let's try to do it synchronized.
Where'd Jennifer go?
Synchronized.
You realize how hard that would be to learn this. I'm totally entertained right now.
more people are going up right now and down right now than the people. Okay, yeah. You guys are kind of synchronized a little bit.
Follow us.
1, 2, 3, 4. Bill and Amor are synchronized.
Of course they are.
What is so in love?
We practice at home.
2 and 1. Elbow curls. You can do it freestanding or on your hands and knees if you want to go a little harder.
Like this.
Or sitting floor like Jennifer, which is the hardest.
Can you stand in front of me again? I'm just kidding.
And back and forth. Let's maintain the pinch. So you're keeping the pinch in the shoulder blades the entire time. It will be impossible for you to touch your elbows together. Do not lose the pinch at all in your shoulder blades. You can do it standing. Do not let your shoulder blades come undone at all. So however engaged they are back here, that's how engaged they are forward as well. So imagine there's a pencil right between your shoulder blades and you should not let it drop the entire time.
Then it's like I'm not moving.
Exactly. It might not move. You might only move an inch. You might move a couple inches. Eventually you want to be able to keep it pinched and come.
It's a really big pencil, Lisa.
Big pencil. Yeah. And drop down. Good. You're going to go right here. Goal post to an overhead press. Goal post to an overhead press. If you want to just do the overhead press, just do the overhead press. If you want to just do the goal post, just do the goal post. So you would only do goal post if you can't touch the wall yet, or if this is tight. If you kind of want to work on both, you can work on both. Or if you're really good, you want to do just the overhead press motion, just do that. Up and down. Upper back and shoulders, that's what you should be feeling here. We're just warming everything up, getting all the juices flowing, getting everything oiled.
I don't want to think about oil in my body like that.
Getting everything lubricated in the joints.
Don't say it.
Here we
I
go.
don't know if
This
you
is where
guys...
Randy. This is where Randy says, like, where does the word lubrication come from?
It was 1702 when up and down.
Oh.
3, 2, and 1. Arm circles, you can do them freestanding, or if you want to go a little harder, in lunge position. So freestanding or lunge position. If you can't maintain the lunge standing, you can do the lunge kneeling. You're going big arm circles right there. Good. And then you just want to go around your shoulder socket. So you're going up, forward, down, and behind. Up, forward, down, behind your shoulder socket. Equal range of motion all directions. So don't go further forward than you can backwards. So it's going to be a kind of small circle. Backwards, palms up. Good. With the lunge, you want to tuck your pelvis under a little bit of ab engagement, and ideally your hip and your knee are parallel with each other. That's how low you get into a lunge. 5, 4, 3, 2, arms straight, 1, and switch legs. If you're doing standing, just shake it off, or you're going back to it one more time. Ready? And go for it. Arms out to the side, elbows lock out straight, squeezing your triceps. Big circles. Oh, not big, but around your shoulder socket. If it gets tiring, just drop it down, go right back up into it when you're ready. Really focus on the muscles you're trying to feel here. The upper back's always engaged. The deltoids, not necessarily the upper traps. If you're feeling it there, you're either going too high, too big. You can go down here low. That's fine. Stay low. and backwards. Last one, palm up. Eventually you want to have weights in your hand doing this. Almost done, 15 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cats and dogs, cats and dogs. Cat and cow, cat and camel. Cats and dogs. So you're originating from your pelvis, slowly going up the hips, the lower back, mid back, upper back, shoulders, neck. Like a wave. You want to start from the hips and wave all the way up your spine, and then same wave the other direction. So you're just going back and forth. Yeah, everyone's looking good. As long as you intentionally or try to in your mind start with your pelvis to do this, you're going to do it right. Don't worry about anything else. You just don't want to start with the back, because that's not actually doing the motion, it's the hips. If you could try it right now, keep your hips still. Don't move your hips at all, and just try to move your spine. And you'll see that that actually doesn't feel as good, and you're not going to get as much of a range of motion. We're going to stay in the down position where there's an arch in your back, the dog position. Arch in the back, like a U. Your back should look like a U right now. Not an N, your back should look like a U. And then you're going to tuck your toes, you're going to go into a bear crawl position. Arch your back, Randy. Arch your back more. Other way. Stick your butt up to the sky. Arch your back. And hold 2 inches off the ground. Everybody lean forward about an inch. There. You have to drop down out of it, drop down out of it, go right back up into it. You're doing a 60-second hold. Try to scan the body. So your feet, you're on your ball of your foot, your toes. Your knees, fist width apart, right under your hip sockets. There's an arch in your back. Your core is slightly bracing. Shoulder blades engaged. Triceps locking your elbows straight. You could externally rotate your arms, meaning you're turning your inside of your elbow forward. Don't worry about that too much. And then scan your body again. 10, 9, 8. Focus on the breathing. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work, good work, good work. Tabletop. So the exact opposite of that. Tabletop. If you want to add the L-sit into the tabletop, feel free to do that. Otherwise, you're just holding the tabletop.
Aaron, why can't I can't do it? What can I do?
Go ahead and sit down like you're going to get into a tabletop.
Okay.
And you can still try to work on getting the range of the position. Because really, we're just getting that stretch. Come off the wall.
Okay.
And up into the tabletop. And then pinch your shoulder blades like you're about to go up, but don't go up. Don't go up. Sit down on the ground. Don't go up into it. Just there. That's it. Who did that? There was a singer who did that position. Or their Dirty Dancing movie.
Usher.
Where she pulled that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So hold that position. Because that's really what you're trying to get right there. As high as you can with your hips. Again, you can go into an L-sit if you want to do L-sit. Go back and forth. And then up and down. Or you can just hold the tabletop. 15 seconds. Might feel a big stretch in your shoulders or your chest or biceps, upper back, mid back, sternum, hips, quads. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and sit down and everyone face this direction. You're going to walk backwards a little bit, so go ahead and move back. Everyone move back a little bit. Everyone in the back row move as far back as you can. You guys all move back a little bit. Okay, right there should be good. You're going to have your hands right behind your head. Legs straight. Toes pulled back. This is called hip walk. You're walking forward on your hips. Just like that. Keep your legs straight. Keep your leg locked out. Keep your legs locked out. So you're lifting the entire leg, scooting your hip forward. Lifting the entire leg, scooting your hip forward. Elbows back, chest up. Sitting real tall. As high as you can, elbows back. And backwards. Elbows up, elbows back, chest up, shoulder blades pinched.
What's this working out?
What was that?
What's this working out?
They should be working your hip flexors and a little bit of the core for stability. Might feel your quads, your erectors, your upper back, the muscles that run along the spine, all the way from your hips up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and straight to your back. Cross crawl crunches. Straight to your back, cross crawl crunches. Arms straight overhead, legs straight, and going up and down. If you want to touch with both hands to the same leg. Not sure if that's harder or easier. Might be a little bit harder. Cross crawl crunches. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Try to get your chest off the ground if you can. You want to use your abs here to come across. But don't throw yourself up there using momentum. Actually use muscle, so go slow. Pause. Right there. Go back down. Exactly. Go up and down. So you should be able to pause at any split second if I ask you. That's how slow and controlled you should be able to go. Up and down. Up and down. Control. And try not to rest on the floor. Right back up. Switch. There's no rest. Nice and slow. Use your abs. A lot of you guys are starting to use momentum. Now hold at the top as high as you can. Hold. Lock out the other leg. Don't grab onto anything. Just touch. 3, 2, 1. Switch. Other side. Crunch up. Keep tension the whole time. Use the abs. Press the back flat. Bring that leg up. Pull the toes down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On your stomach. Flip over. Opposite arm. Opposite leg. Lift. On your stomach. Opposite arm. Opposite leg. Lift. When you're doing this, both arms straight out in front of you. You don't want your hips to rotate. So you want to keep both hips pressing flat into the floor. Both hips pressing flat into the floor. Opposite arm, opposite leg, lift. So you should feel opposite glute and opposite upper back shoulder area. These two exercises are working something called your cross pattern, which is what you learn when you're a baby, starting to crawl, stand, and walk. Athletes are constantly working cross pattern training. You're going to have both hands under your forehead, and you're going to lift legs only, squeezing your glutes, pressing your hips into the floor, lower body Superman. Both legs up, and then right back down. Both legs up, right back down. If you want to make it slightly harder, you go wider with the legs. Wider with the feet, as wide as you can. And go up and down like that, same thing. Might be easier actually for some people. Some people it would be harder. Do whatever you want to do, either wide or close together. Squeeze the glutes, legs straight, but don't bend your knee. Keep your legs locked out. Imagine you're trying to lift from right behind your glute, right under your glute where the hamstring and the glute meet each other. That's where you're lifting something off the ground. Try to lift something from there, not your feet. That's too far away from the core. Try to imagine you're lifting from your glute and your hamstring area. Make sure the abs are slightly braced the entire time, so you're not hyperextending your lower back and compressing anything there. You shouldn't really feel that though. You should feel your glutes. Hold at the top. Squeeze your glutes. Press your hips flat into the ground. Brace the core slightly. Just keep it out of the back. Make sure you're squeezing your quads to lock your knees straight, but try to get the hamstrings, calves, and glutes to feel this as much as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both arms are going to be right by your hips. Both hands right by your hips. Palms down. Palms facing the floor. You're going to pinch your shoulder blades, lift your arms up first, and then lift your chest and your head, everything off the ground. So just your upper body, lower body stays flat. And then right back down. Relax everything completely, and then pinch your shoulder blades and lift your arms again, and then lift your upper body. It's a 2-step process. Upper body, so your arms, and then your entire chest. Arms as high as you can, and then your upper body. When you feel like you got that down packed, then go ahead and do both together, the arms and the upper body. And when you come back down, try not to rest. Flip your hands over, Joe. Palms facing the floor. Gets the triceps a little bit more. You should feel your triceps here too, but squeeze the triceps. Really get the hands as high as you can, like you're trying to grab something behind you, above your head. And hold to the top. Squeeze your glutes. Elongate your neck. Try to keep your neck neutral. Pinch the shoulder blades. Bring your arms as high as you can off the ground. Squeeze the triceps. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good work. We're going to be standing up. 30-second water break. There should be enough room for everyone on the wall for air bench.
Well, not enough space, so I don't need to do it.
Alright, you'll just do regular squats then. With weight. We will get there. So don't waste your energy with these squats.
Do you take this?
What is that? Oh, that's Chris's. I haven't taken it. Yeah, he has a whole little concoction over there. Collagen, split pea protein powder, chlorella tablets.
All in one little bag.
Yeah.
Really concentrated.
Yeah, all the little micronutrients your body needs.
You said split pea something?
Split pea and brown rice protein powder. Both, I think it's in the front, but the amino acid profile of both of those vegetables together, well, I guess rice is split pea, gum, but anyway, both of those together makes a decent amino acid profile. Very assimilable. Assimilated. Very easily assimilated. We're going to do air bench. So go ahead and sit on the wall. With this air bench, you're not flattening your back though, you're going to arch your back. So you're going to put a little tilt in your pelvis, and you're going to actually sit up off the wall with your upper back.
We do it fist
width apart, fist width apart. Weight in the heels.
Can you come stand up?
Toes up. Toes up.
You say flat or arch?
Arched. Arched. Keep an arch in your back. Upper back off the wall. Upper back off the wall. Head off the wall. Shoulders off the wall. Only thing touching the wall should be your butt.
Probably room over here if you want.
Is that slippery?
Yeah, I know.
And just hold. You can go arms overhead if you want to make it a little harder. You can go hands behind your head like an elbow curl position. You can go hands in front of you like you're holding some dumbbells in your hands. Whatever you want to do. But you're going after that arch, that tilt in the pelvis. Or you could do that. 20 seconds. Good, so feel upper quads, toes up if you can. Weight in the heels, push straight backwards, not up. Straight backwards, not up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Standing up. You're going to grab a partner for hamstring lean. Partner for hamstring lean. And then there's going to be one straggler, so you can do it on the weights.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, Nick's going to do it over there. Okay, Brandon, there we go. Okay, we got it. So you're gonna roll up the mat if you need to. Put your knees on there. You're leaning forward,
Is that enough? Give it a space.
and then you're just gonna go ahead and hold their heels or their ankles or whatever's comfortable. And then you're going to lean forward. If you're doing this at home, put your feet under a couch or a ottoman or something and lean forward as far as you can. And you're trying to engage your hamstrings so you don't fall over. That's essentially it. So press straight down onto your partner so that they don't fall
Probably better
over.
hold the calf.
Oh.
And you're just leaning forward. If you do fall forward, just kind of catch yourself.
Okay?
If you don't have anything to put your feet under at home, you can just do basic hamstring curls up and down right there. Trying to engage the hamstrings, opposite of the quads. 10 seconds left. Really get those hamstrings going. Pulling your partner up. If they're holding you down properly, you won't be able to lift them up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch partners. Other side. You want to put enough weight on them so that you're holding their entire body. Alright, and more, you might have to do a plank.
Yeah, that's good.
So, just be careful.
Yeah.
There you go. And you're going to lean forward, hamstring lean.
This is,
Make sure you're squeezing your glutes.
okay.
You want to keep your head, your shoulders, your hips stacked and just kind of lean forward, everything
This is more
together.
of a tuck. Or no?
Tuck under, yep.
Kind of tuck.
Yep, tucking under so you're not hyperextending your lower back. No energy leakage. Otherwise it'll go to your lower back and not your hamstrings. Leaning forward, focusing on the hamstrings, pulling your partner up towards the sky, and the other person is pushing your partner down towards the ground. 15 seconds, squeeze the hamstrings, lifting up, trying to lift those heels up to the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Standing up, go ahead and go right back to your mat. Standing. Going right back up to your mat where you were. You're going to stand right in front of your mat or on your mat, up to you. But we're going to go into squats. Squats. So we're going to start with, actually, this is how you know where to put your feet. So you're just going to kind of stand and you're going to fall forward. And however you land, well now I just told you guys, but don't try to force it in your mind. But however you land, that's where your legs, that's how far they want to be. So you want to be wide, obviously. Wherever your legs land, that's how your body feels the most supported. So wherever you land, that's where you're going to do your squats. However wide you land is what I'm going by. However wide. Some people are going to land very close. Some people are going to land really wide.
Jennifer, you want us to come push you?
Okay, so that's your squat position for now. So get into whatever feels comfortable. And then go ahead and you're going to have your arms in front of you or behind your head or just whatever you want. And you're squatting down. On a squat, we want to maintain an arch in the back. You want your hips to eventually go in line with your knees from the side view. And then when you're standing up, squeezing your glutes at the top, opening the front of the pelvis, and then going right back down, sit back on your heels slightly, like you're going to sit on a big comfy couch. All the way back. Make sure you maintain the arch. We're not going deep squats right now. Maintain the arch. So if you start to lose the arch, stop. That's your range. All the way back. As far back as you can. Going up and down, but not too far back where you actually fall over. Squatting. The most natural, primal movement you've done your entire life when you were a kid. And what you should be doing every day as an adult.
At least in the morning.
Yes, if you have a squatty potty. If you don't, I'd highly recommend one. If you don't know what that is, look it up.
If they're too plain for you, you can be dazzling them.
Or just take control of it.
Oh, yes,
Just take a look.
take your toilet out.
Take your toilet out, you just have to hole in the,
Yeah,
hole in the ground.
That's a natural squat.
I wonder who will have that.
Move that wax.
They do
And you're
have
going to
that.
stay down, well, like here, if anyone actually.
They do have that in Asia.
You're
Course
gonna,
Asia.
oh, no, yeah, here, like in America, in the United States, in the California Bay Area, actually, probably. I'm sure there's people. You're going to stay down. As low as you can, shoulders back, wherever you want to do, however, whatever arm position you want. Make it hard on yourself. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to go on your elbows into a plank. On your elbows into a plank. Don't start yet. You're going to come up onto your elbows into a plank. You're going to do it either from your knees or your hands, and then what you're going to do are tricep get-ups. So you're coming up onto one arm, coming back up onto both arms, go down onto one elbow, go down onto both elbows. And you're just alternating those back and forth for 30 seconds. Ready, set, and go. Up and down. If you cannot do that for whatever reason, just hold the plank. If you want to be an all-star like what Melissa's doing, you can add in a push-up if you want. We're getting to the top. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go straight to your stomach, arms out in front of you. Straight to your stomach, arms out in front of you. This is the back exercise you want to do if you don't have any weights or anything or bars to hold on to. You're going to do Superman. You're going to lift all the way up as high as you can, and then you're going to do like an imaginary pull-up with your arms. So lift up into a Superman. Everyone lift up straight up. And then you're going to pull your arms down like you're doing a pull-up, and then reach back forward again, and just back and forth like that. So your arms are going like you're doing a pull-up, up and down, straight up, or overhead press. And really emphasize the upper back engaging, getting those arms high, keep those arms up and back. Pulling those shoulder blades down towards your hips when you pull down. And just back and forth, squeezing the upper back. Pulling the shoulders and lats down towards your hips. Make sure the abs are on slightly, glutes are definitely on. You can lower your feet if you want, and just work on the upper body. Almost done. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. You're going to go to a regular plank. And then you're going to rotate to a side plank. Come back to the center and rotate back to the other side. And you're just going back and forth between the two right there. Back and forth between the two. Ready, steady, and go. You can have your feet staggered, you can have them stacked, however you want to do it. But you're just going side to side. Control, control. Don't go too fast. Don't throw your body into it. Nice and steady, nice and controlled. Make sure you stabilize with the shoulder and the core first. Almost done. 15 seconds. Everyone's looking good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straight to your back. Straight to your back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So both legs are going to be up in the air as high as you can for 5 seconds. They're going to lower a few inches for 4, a few inches for 3, a few inches for 2, and on that last 1 second, you should be at the lowest point you can go with your legs, with your back still flat. That's the thing. Keep your back flat. All right, hold to the top. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. 3, 2, 1. Lower. 2, 1. Lowest point. 1 second. Drop down. We're going to do it again. 2 more rounds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready? And up. 5, 4. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Lower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. 3, 2, 1. Lower. 2, 1. Lowest point. 1 second. Drop down. Good. Almost done. Final one. Make sure you're breathing. And legs up. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower. 3, 2, 1 lower, 2, 1 lower, 1 second, drop down. Good. Standing up. Arms only running. Now this one looks funny. Right here, arms straight out right by your side. We're almost done. Last couple exercises, and you're right here, kind of get it going. Well, oh yeah, you can. Yeah, if you want to stagger your legs, makes it a little bit more realistic, and it actually helps open up your hips.
This is also good to do in the shower after you turn the water to cold.
There you go.
Like you're running in
It
the rain.
distracts you, yeah.
Now, all of you are going very slow right now. Eventually, you want to start to build that up and go really fast. As fast as you can. There we go. Get it going.
Now pulling the muscles.
Go, 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 go. Sprinting away from a pit bull. A horde of bees. Not a horde of bees. What is it? A swarm of bees. Chasing you. 10 seconds, as fast as you can. Go. Build it up, build it up. Cheek to cheek. Bring your hand to your cheek on your face. Bring your hand to your other cheek by your hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jumping jacks. 10 seconds. Regular jumping jacks. You can do it with your elbows bent or with your arms straight. In 3, 2, 1, and go.
Well, it can be like
Regular jumping jacks. Is that okay with your foot?
I don't know.
Just kind of take it easy. Yeah. Wonder what the neighbors think.
yeah.
3, 2, 1. 10 seconds rest.
They're not happy.
We're going into a burpee. So you're squatting down. Bring your hands down. If you want to add a push-up, you can. And then standing back up. Or you can just go up and down right here. Go at your own pace. Doesn't have to be fast. Doesn't have to be slow either.
Oh, can you do that again? The version.
Yeah, so you're going down into a plank. And then standing back up. Or
Down and plank.
in a push-up. And then stand back up. Ready,
One more time.
set, and go. If you want to add a push-up and a jump at the top, if you want to add the jump at the top too. There's a lot of modifiable ways to do this. So it could be easy, it could be hard. You want it to be doable though. Yeah, you don't have to do the push-up, just do the... More so it's the transition of going to the floor and coming back up that's the most important part. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and standing up. Last 2 exercises. Shadow boxing. So you're just right here, you're just in shadow. That's not really how you box. There's ways to box. You're just doing this for cardio. So we're going right here, you're just boxing as fast as you can. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and go. Really quickly, rotating the core slightly as you punch through. As fast as you can. What we're doing is 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds rest. Tabata interval. 10 seconds, double the speed. Pull the shoulder and elbow all the way back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and final exercise, inchworm. Whenever you're ready, you can do it in the other room if you want. You can do it here, up to you. Inchworms. However you want to start, wherever you want to start, whatever you want to do.
You can do it in place.
You can do it in place. You can just hold the downward dog. You can hold the plank and alternate between the 3 different positions. So there's a downward dog position. There's a plank position, and then there's the upward facing dog or cobra position. So you're just kind of alternating between those 3. Yep. You're going. Inchworm. If you want to add in a push-up at any point here, you can as well. You can add in a push-up at the downward dog position, and in the plank position, of course.
A push-up right here?
Yeah. Jennifer just did it. Show her. There you go. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. Exactly.
That's scary.
It's a little scary too. Extra credit. You don't have to do that. 30 seconds left. Breathe. Focus on your breathing. Focus on almost cooling down slightly. Really hard.
Your feet must be so hot.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Done. Thank you for joining. Watch us next week.